Sending out invites, guys. The topic is pinned at the top: police state, mass vaccination, and war on melanin. Long time. I know. I know. Uh, I'm actually. I wasn't planning on going live, but I haven't did it in a minute, and it's a lot that has been taking place. Uh, while we wait on people to come in, I'm gonna go ahead and say, my last live, I was informing people on the approval of vaccinating children uh, at the age of 12 and above. Uh, if if I'm wrong, somebody can correct me. But from my understanding, I think it was either 12 or 6 and above, which was approved today by President Joe Biden. I work for a public school district, so I can't say what I want to say at all at the moment. Of course, I understand. So, what we're gonna go over first is we're gonna go ahead and get this vaccine situation out the way. I know you guys, I state this in all of my lives. I know y'all are tired of hearing about the vaccine, but this is a very important topic because the government is going full throttle pushing this agenda. And what it's going to lead to is unlike anything that we have seen. So let's go ahead. Let me show you all a few clips if I can. I can do it this way. One moment, guys. So Joe Biden, as of today, has approved vaccinations by every vaccination company, such as Pfizer, Johnson and Johnson, etc., to start vaccinating children at the age of 12 and above. And I'm pretty sure you all know what this is going to lead to. By next year, when school session starts, guess who's going to have to be vaccinated before entering in school system? Okay, but let's go to the White House website and actually hear what Joe Biden states. Let's see. All right. One moment. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So I want you guys to take a look at Goofy Joe. Let's start it over.
Good news. Everybody is eligible as of today to get the vaccine. We have enough of it. You need to be protected, and you need in turn to protect your neighbors and your family. So please get the vaccine.
All right.
Folks, I have good news. Everybody is
You all see the
eligible
date?
as
This
of
was 10
today
hours ago.
to get the
This
vaccine.
is the White House
We have
page,
enough of
so
it.
you all know
You
I'm
need
not
to
just
protect
making
it.
up anything.
You need in turn to protect.
All right. So basically, what this means is just as you saw, they were vaccinating all of the elder people. They were targeting a lot of the elderly community, such as nursery homes, excuse me, etc. So now they are going to target the school systems and the children. You get what I'm saying? As a teacher, I would definitely inform my students of the risk of this vaccine. That is amazing, and you are a hero, ma'am. You are. Please believe that, especially in a time like this, where we have people that is aware of what these vaccines are doing, but they're afraid to speak out. So thank you for that. Okay, when I have them, they ain't going anywhere, Lord. Oh my God. I teach high school so the kids can make decisions. Exactly. And that's what children should be allowed to do. Not only should children be allowed to make their own educated decision as far as this situation right here. I feel like adults most importantly should be able to make their decision. But that's not what's going on. It's like it's being a forced decision made, meaning if you're not vaccinated, you can't be a part of this new society that they're creating. You're not going to be allowed to go to Disney World again, or you're not going to be allowed to apply for this job that pays a lot more, or you're not going to be allowed to fly to this state, etc. So it's basically making you how do you say it, a second world citizen or a second class citizen. um yeah, that's basically what's going on. I am gonna come back to the vaccination situation, but I kind of want to get into this police state. So, as you all notice, you have been seeing shootings on the rise. You've been seeing a lot of police shootings, a lot of unnecessary shootings, and as we all know, this is a political stunt. A lot of these people that go viral for being shot are actors, or they are a part of this agenda that they're pushing. Because guess what? If you get a couple of more mass shootings or police shootings, that's going to lead to gun control, or that's going to lead to a march. Either way it goes, it's going to fit into one of these agendas that they are pushing to target your guns, because that's the last thing they need from US citizens is to take their gun rights. When your gun rights are gone, you cannot defend yourself physically. That's how the government is looking at it. You're not military trained to survive. The only thing you have to prevent them from coming in your house and stabbing you with a needle is a firearm. That's what they are thinking. That's not what I'm saying. That's what they are thinking. So that's what they are targeting right now. That is the last piece of right that they are targeting. They already took freedom of speech. They already took the right to assemble, meaning you can't be in groups. You get what I'm saying? They already have taken those rights. So they want your guns. Now let's see what's going on in Canada, guys. Let's see what's taking place in Canada. One moment. Here we go. Let's look at this 2-minute video. Okay. You know what? You know what? I'm pretty sure the sound is not working. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play it on my other device. So bear with me, guys. Let me go ahead and pull this up. One moment. One moment. A lot of information I gotta share, guys. I'm trying to get it all in one bunch. So bear with me. Canada is crazy. Yeah, it's not only Canada, it's Australia. And China is actually censoring off any information from leaving their country. So you're not getting any information regarding China. Have you? No. But guess what? When before the pandemic even occurred, we were hearing a lot about China having this new virus. It was so much open information regarding China and a lot of other countries. Now it's very few information being shared in these states. I wonder why. But bear with me. I need to find this video, guys. So, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it back up. If you guys can hear it, that's good. If you can't, I will be playing it on another device. So, no worries. Bear with me, guys. All right. Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go, guys. Let's turn it around. Here we go. And if you all want this is the page I actually received this video from. If you guys want to screenshot it or take a look at it, but this is the video. Check it out, guys.
The strictest measures in all of North America. And the difficult truth is, every public health measure we have left comes with a massive cost to people and their lives. But we have never shied away from doing what's necessary.
We have made the deliberate decision to temporarily enhance police officers' authority for the duration of the stay-at-home order. Moving forward, police will have the authority to require any individual who is not in a place of residence to, first, provide their purpose for not being at home and provide their home address. Police will also have the authority to stop a vehicle to inquire about an individual's reason for leaving their residence.
And our inspectors will also be ensuring that those who absolutely must come to work are strictly following the public health measures. For our employers and employees, take note, this is your last warning.
I'm
Wow.
wondering about these new police powers to just randomly stop someone walking down the street or to pull over a car. What happens if a person refuses to answer the police questions?
So by issuing these new additional enforcement measures, it allows police officers to ask the person why they are not at their place of residence and what their place of residence is. And specifically to your question, if you are not willing to comply, then you are breaking the law.
If someone sees their neighbors breaking these new regulations and having a party in their yard, that sort of thing, should people call police on their neighbors?
In terms of people calling to snitch, to inform, look, we all have a personal responsibility. If it means saving lives, then I think we have to think about what your social responsibilities are as an individual to make sure that you don't empower other people and invite a whole bunch of individuals.
Okay.
We've implemented
All right,
strictest
guys.
measures.
So basically, as you can see, in Canada, they are already stirring up police state. What a police state is basically a state that's simply ran by the police and the government. I'm pretty sure you have seen several movies where police states were taking place in. I can't think of any right now, but basically, they have more. It's like an authoritarian state where you're being questioned and you're being forced to do what the government says, exactly when the government say it, and how the government says it. So that means technically all forms of freedom will be taken away from you. And they are already pushing this agenda in Canada. What you all may not realize is it will be coming to a state near you if it is approved in Canada. Every single state you seeing things going on or taking place are agendas that they're saying, okay, let's see how this goes. Let's see how the people takes this. Are they going to accept it? If they accept it in Canada, they're going to try it in the United States. If they accept it in the United States, they're going to try it in China. Do you all get where I'm going with this? So every state has their own agenda as far as this COVID pandemic is taking place. And they are flexing and exercising these agendas as I'm speaking. So what we have to do is, honestly, you have to resist any form of ignorant or stupid, I'm not even going to say laws, mandates that are being given, such as not being able to see your family. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand, we already have the science behind COVID and how it spreads and how effective it actually is. And what have been coming up is basically people are receiving more symptoms from the vaccine instead of the disease. So technically, COVID isn't nothing to fear. It's actually the vaccines that we should be fearing. So from my understanding, going to see your family, I'm not a doctor. And unfortunately, the people who has been giving you these directions are not doctors either, because they're not going by doctors' guidelines. They're not trying to make sure your safe health and well-being is taken care of. No. But at the end of the day, guys, you all do need to be aware of what is going on. You do not want to be falling asleep looking at DJ Academics and my mixtape, what they have going viral with Megan Thee Stallion. All of that should have been left in 2019. Because as you can see, as time passes, things are getting more serious and more serious. You are seeing rights taken away more and more every day. So what we got to do is we got to wake up and realize what is really going on, guys. Realize what is actually going on, and you need to prepare your family. I'm not here to spread fear monger or anything like that. You don't see any fear whatsoever in my voice or in my face, because I don't have anything to fear, and neither should you. But you do want to be aware. because ignorance is no excuse. It's none, especially when we are in a society that is well advanced from previous societies, meaning we have a device that can connect all across the world, that can pull resources from all across the world, as well as information from all across the world, right in your hand. But yet, if you decide to use this device to just distract you from reality, then that's what it will do. And you can't blame anybody for that. So what I'm trying to do is simply inform people and kind of provide small forms of information so that they can think for themselves. I'm not here to get you to think like I'm thinking. I'm here to provide the tools so that you can think for yourself, because the government is not doing it. They're giving you the tools for you to think the way they want you to think. And it has been making no sense. Please remember what these people said at the beginning of this. 15 days to slow the spread. 15 turned into 30. 30 turned into what? We don't know. I guess until everybody get vaccinated now. You all got to realize this is a game that's being played on you as well as your future generation. This is very important. This is a very important time. Not a time to fear. It's actually a time to rejoice. But we have so much misinformation out there, we can't even be happy for the time that we're in, because they have you in a state of depression, confusion, fear, etc., all through the media. All of this has been taking place simply through the media. They have manipulated millions of people just through the media, just through the television. So yeah, we are at war. It is psychological warfare at its. I'm not even gonna say at its best, because this is not good psychological warfare. A lot of the stuff they're saying doesn't make any sense, but let's keep pushing. I'm trying to kind of just touch a little bit on each topic, because I know people have short-term attention span. Okay, so one moment, guys. We're gonna move over to War on Melanin. War on Melanin. And if you don't think there's a war on melanin, then please do your research. Now, once again, if you all could please share the live, please do, while I'm pulling up this information. I wonder if it can play on here. Let's see if it plays. All right. Okay, all right. So it should be able to play. Listen closely, guys. All right. You know what? It's playing with the sound, guys, so I'm just going to play it on my other device. Sorry about that. One moment. Is it? Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. War on Melanin.
War on Melanin, Part 2. Pause and read this. This is from 1920, so they've been doing this. They've also been harvesting other organs, and if you haven't seen that over the years, then you kind of been sleeping under a rock. Read this. Black people's organs are biologically enhanced. That's why they want them. This is Robert Casey Sr., one of the most racist governors there ever was. He needed a heart transplant. You know who he got that heart transplant from? A black man. Pause and read this. This is 4 years ago, if I'm correct. Look at the price of melanin. Now it's at $4.60. That's a big jump for 4 years. And you know what else has gone up in the past 4 years? Missing black people. This is Jean Bellerive, the former president of Haiti.
Many reports of lots of trafficking, even of organ trafficking.
Organ trafficking? Now?
Now, already.
The victims of the earth?
Yeah. So,
do you know that for sure?
Yeah, I know that for sure.
There's another video you need to see. I'll put it in part 3. We're on Melanin part 3. Y'all need to see this.
17-year-old kid who was found mysteriously dead at school. He died in the gym. They did an autopsy and they buried him. His family, they weren't satisfied with the results because they still wanted to know what happened to their son. They had the body exhumed, found out that his organs were missing and his body was stuffed with newspapers, and people are still trying to find answers. The officials down there in Georgia, they act like they don't know what's going on. There was another case out in California. A young African-American man was found dead in Death Valley in the desert. All of his organs were missing. His liver, heart, lungs, kidneys, all gone. There's a case in the UK recently. A Somalian girl was brought over there for organ harvesting. They found out they were going to harvest her organs, and they stopped that. There was another case in Asian couples. They went over to Africa. They adopted a black girl. 2 weeks later, she was dead. So these cases of organ harvesting are just going on all over the world, and people are being
Okay, guys.
Much requested, War on Melanin, part 2.
So I have another video I would like for you guys to take a look at, and this is concerning war on melanin. And if you guys do not know what melanin is, I suggest you research it. Do not listen from any other person trying to describe what melanin is. Just simply do your own research, guys. And I'm not one of the people here to say that black people are well advanced or way better than any other people. No. We all have a soul, we all have a spirit. You get what I'm saying? Create a race, class, or any of that nature. We're just here to inform people. There is a war on melanin, and it is way more valuable than gold because melanin can be used for a variety of things. But let's keep pushing, guys. This is going to be a very important video. Please share. Please share. Please share. All right, guys.
Genetic material is a new gold, family. Genetic material is the new gold. Be very careful. Be very, very careful. These are serious times. It's a gold rush going on. They calling it by certain names of diseases and pandemic scamdemics. Be careful. Genetic material is the new gold, family. Genetic material is the new gold. Don't be mined. Don't get mined. Do not get mined. Genetic material is the new gold, family. Clear warning. Genetic material is the new gold. Peace and power to everybody tapping in. Instagram, Facebook, we live. Y'all know they're going to shut me down on Facebook. Only a matter of time. If you're on Facebook, we on Instagram. Let y'all know. They let my Instagram rock, but they always get to shutting me down on Facebook. So y'all might want to tap in on Instagram. We at Embattled Prince Michael. 64 on Facebook. 70 on Facebook, 30 on Instagram.
Please share. Very important.
Shut down my Facebook every time I start talking about this. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Genetic material is a new. Be very careful, people. You're literally a walking gold mine. You are literally a walking gold mine. Think about it like this. Think about you're surrounded by vampires, right? People who literally eat human beings, right? What do you look like? Like you're around cannibals, like people who eat people, right? What do you look like walking in there in a whole room full of cannibals? You just threw that cocoa butter on your skin. You shining, you glistening, looking good, smelling good, right? You just came in from outside, so you hot. You feel me? You smell like bacon to these people. You feel me? Genetic material is the new gold. Be very, very aware of what's going on. You look like a whole snack. You look like a whole snack. This is not a compliment. Okay? They want your genetic material. I dropped this down. I broke this down already in a video. Look, they starting to kick people off of Facebook. Y'all better come on over to Instagram. I told y'all, every time you see the numbers drop like that, as soon as I start talking about this extraterrestrial agenda, what's going on with this COVID scam, COVID-19 scam, y'all know they're going to kick y'all off of Facebook soon. They're going to end the live. They're going to freeze me up. Be very careful. A human being is a spirit, a soul, and a body. A spirit, a soul, and a body. This is the system for transferring intelligence and information from the ether, from the exterior of the universe, from just the air into the mind. This is the download system. This is like the wire, right? Like how we used to have to wire our internet router to our computer. That was the means of transferring the data between the router and the computer, right?
the spirit and the soul, the spirit really more so than the soul. The spirit is the key to transfer information from the ether, from outside, from just plain air, into the body, into the soul. The soul is the receptor, is the receiver. The spirit is the sender. Okay, so now if you didn't know, now y'all know. The spirit sends, the soul receives. Okay, there are people out here who don't have their own spirit. They have a universal spirit. White folks have their own. They have a spirit, but it's not their spirit. You see what I'm saying? They have the universal consciousness, right? So understand what I'm saying. You cannot survive. You cannot live without a spirit. So they have a source, but they don't have their exclusive source, right? You as a black guy, you were self-created. No one created you. You were one of the creators of the whole universe. In the very beginning of this particular universe, you came directly from the ether. You didn't come through the womb of a woman, right? The man did not come through the womb of the woman. The woman did not come through the womb of a woman. The woman and the man both came from the womb of the ether, of the water, the actual primordial water. Now, the space is considered the feminine principle. So we were birthed by the feminine principle, right? But we were not birthed by a feminine human being, a female human being, right? Otherwise, it would have been incest. That would have been incest, right? So everybody came directly from the primordial water. That's why even the oldest legends, the oldest mythologies about the gods, they came directly from, they willed their self into being, right? That's what the spirit enables you to do, because the intelligence, that's the intelligence. You literally have divine intelligence inside of you. That's called a spirit. It sends information to your soul, your ka. The ba sends information to the ka. You see what I'm saying? That's how the ka develops, from that information transfer, right? So we removed the ba from the human being, and that's where white people came from, right? So they was connected to the universal ba, right? They came from the mind of the person who had the idea to create them. But then now you have a whole nother situation on our hands that we're dealing with, this COVID-19 scam, right? This is coming from a whole nother race of way more inferior people than white folks, which is extraterrestrials, right? The ones who portray themselves to be big, bad, almighty, all-knowing, all-intelligent, the rulers of the universe. You see, they cut me off on Facebook. I told y'all that Facebook is done. Y'all know I wasn't lying to y'all. Hey, because we ain't playing. We putting pressure on them. You see? You see what I'm saying? We putting pressure on them. So boom. So now you got whole other species that's being created because they're doing genetic experiments, right? Trying to figure out ways how to prolong their existence, because only those who are eternal will have eternal existence. If you're eternal from the past, then you'll be eternal in the present, into the future, right? So these people were not eternal from the past. They have a beginning. We don't have a beginning. Our spirit, literally, if you look between the stars at night, this is how you know you're eternal. Look at the night sky. Go outside, look at the night sky. Look at the stars, right? Look in between all the stars that you see. What do you see? You see blackness. Right? Try to put a date on how old that blackness is. How long that blackness, all that space that's in between stars and planet, how long has that blackness been there? How long has that blackness been there? It's been there forever. You can't put a beginning or end on that. How long you think that blackness is going to be there? You see what I'm saying? That blackness is going to be there. It's going to always be there. That's where your spirit came from. That's where the first people came from. The first time you incarnated in this universe, that's where you came from. You was one of that. You was that. You was that blackness. The blackness itself contains all intelligence. It's all within the blackness, all within the black water, which we call space, ether, dark matter, dark energy, all of that stuff. All the intelligence of the universe. Think about it. The universe comes from that blackness. whatever genetic information is contained in the earth, right? Any magnetic signature that comes from the earth first came from the blackness. It was given to the earth by the blackness. I'm talking about the literal earth, the rocks, the trees, right? Everything on the earth came directly from the blackness because the blackness was there first. Where do you think where did it come from? It came from the blackness. You came from the blackness. So all of that intelligence that's in the blackness is inside of you. All of the blackness, that's all the intelligence inside the blackness inside of you. Y'all feel me? And we know this. That blackness is the Ba. That is what we call the Ba. Every black person has their own measure of blackness, of the blackness inside of them. White folks do not. White folks were created by someone who figured out how to remove the blackness from ourselves. That's where they came from. Then we further went down the spiral, downward on the spiral, by mixing their genetics, white folks' genetics, with animals like, mammals, reptiles, and insects, which produced three fundamental extraterrestrial races, but they weren't extraterrestrials at the time. They were just genetic mutations. They were just genetic experiments that came from here on Earth. But when they started keeping up that bullshit and started warring between each other, that's when the ancients came and had to kick them off the planet. Why would we remove the Ba? Okay, I just saw someone ask a question. Why remove the Ba? Because the Ba has an opposite. Now we talk about the law of polarity or the law of duality. For every up, there's a down, right? For every left, there's a right. That's just how it works. That's just how, this physical, that's one of the laws of this physical universe that we live in, right? So the blackness, I told you, contains all the intelligence. And the intelligence itself is divided into different compartments and different departments, right? Love, peace, morality, strength, wisdom, joy, happiness, all of these different attributes make up this blackness, the intelligence, right? Every one of those attributes has an opposite. One of those attributes has an opposite. So there's an opposite to the blackness, which is the light. You see what I'm saying? Now the light is temporary. It's everything. Everything is chaotic. It's disorganized. It's everything. It's everything opposite of the blackness, right? It's contained in the light, but it's actually a part of us as well. You see what I'm saying? So the black is dominant. When you look out at the night sky, you see the majority of what you're seeing is actually blackness, right? But a small percentage of what you're seeing is actually light as well. So all you're seeing is blackness and light. Blackness and light. That's literally all you have. The majority is black, but a small percent is light. So it's the same way, as above, so below. The majority of us is the blackness, but then there's one part of us that's very, very small part is the light, recessive, non-creative, the disorganized, the evil, the forgetful. That's all in the light recessive gene, right? But because of who we are, we have to experience all parts of us. If we truly want to know ourselves, if we're truly to know ourselves and to know, we have to know all of ourselves. Because how can you say you know yourself if you only know 99.9% of yourself? Do you truly know yourself? Or is there still a little bit more that you got to learn? Well, we already knew there was a little bit more of us that we had to learn. You see what I'm saying? So in order to, and that little bit of that we had to learn was the light side of us. We never in all of our eternity had to experience this because the light gene was so weak. Just listen to the nature of it. If just look at a couple attributes. Just look at a couple attributes. If two attributes of the blackness, right, is dominant and strong and unified, right? You look at the lights. Look at all the stars in the sky. Are they unified? Are they all together? No, they're not. They're all over. They're all over the place. But the blackness is unified. So just between dominance and unity, right? How was and that's the nature. Say that's the nature of the blackness. Just those two. And there's 144,000 different characteristics of the blackness. But just use two of them. Dominant and unified. How could so every one of those two have opposites. So if you're not dominant,
you're recessive, right? And if you're not unified, you're divided. So how could a divided recessive trait of us, of ourselves, ever dominate and influence the body? Our bodies were always influenced by the blackness, the nature and characteristics of the blackness. Unity, intelligence, smartness, all of this stuff. Strength, strength. Opposite of strength is weak. So how could a weak, recessive, divided light gene influence the body when it's next to the black, when the blackness is in there? In order for us to understand and experience the light gene, you have to completely remove the blackness so the light gene can take dominance in the body. So the light gene can influence the body, right? It influence the nature of the being. So this is why we removed the darkness, the blackness, not the darkness. There's a difference between darkness and blackness, right? Blackness is divinity. Darkness is the absence of light, right? So don't mix up those two. We black, but we not dark. Anyway, family. So that's where we at. That's literally where we at right now. You feel me? And now we're at the point where we have descended. We've declined. We went on the downward spiral, so that way we could pull the blackness out, right? And then we could experience the bullshit. Now we're done with that. It's time to ascend and go back up. During this time where we're trying to go up, you got some leeches out there that's going to try and get people for their genetics because they're going down. See, when we were going down, their stock was going up. While our stock was falling, their stock was going up. You see what I'm saying? But now it's a new day and age. Now our stock is going up, and what's happening? Their stock is going down. These people have faced a very serious situation. They can no longer, they're not procreating. They can't just go have sex and prolong and multiply. They can't be fruitful and multiply. They fruits then ran out of seeds. They don't got they seedless fruits now, right? So now they're trying to project their condition on us. Now they're trying to give us seedless fruits. When really they are the seedless fruits. They cannot reproduce. I'm talking about the extraterrestrials now. I'm talking about the extraterrestrials. That's why they need genetic material. That's why they need genetic material. So your genetics is the new gold. You're literally a walking gold mine. Literally a walking gold mine. The elders in Africa warned us about this. They warned us about the extraterrestrial scam and what they're gonna pull. They warned us about this. And the same thing is written in scrolls. So it's even deeper. It goes even deeper. There's different levels to the scam. There's different levels to the scam. So yeah, definitely these people